Yeah. Bro code. We in new modes, and we do it better sticking together. Won't bend, won't fold. No, I got your back through whatever weather, rain, sleet, or snow. Making profit while we get to the cheddar. We in that mode, you know if we got a problem, we pull up in that jet, fit, fall on my bros. Collective like the colors in the rainbow. All of that talking you did on the net, we know that you only did it for a pose. If I pull up, then I get in the tank, I need me like 500K for a show, or maybe more. And I got all of the stars in the ceiling cause we in a row. Yeah, just for the bros, brothers forever, so you know we got each other back. We aiming for gold, sticking together, tell us about the weather, we never slack. Gotta stick to the code. Bro code. We in new modes, and we do it better sticking together. Won't bend, won't fold. No, I got your back through whatever weather, rain, sleet, or snow. Making profit while we get to the cheddar. They know we own. Take off, we gone. Diamonds two-tone. This is our throne. We in that zone. Bro code
family. We back in the house one more time with another big episode of Bro Code.
There it is.
That was real good, fellas. I like that, man. What's up?
Yes, sir.
I've been working out here, I heard them lungs. Bro Code family, man, we appreciate y'all joining us for another episode, man. So, you know, we in the new year, so I feel like we need to do a little different.
Let's just chop it up, man. Come on.
Chop it up?
Let's chop it up, man.
I'm talking about AC, man.
Let's chop it up.
We're gonna do a little different. You know, normally we get in here, you know, we be in our feelings and we talk about relationships.
Right.
And blah, 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 marriages. Oh, she don't love. We gonna do that this time. We gonna do a little round table action, and we're gonna call it Dr. Coop's Roundtable.
That
Coop round table. All right, I like that. I like that. Coop round table.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hop on a couple of these hot topics that's been in the news the past, couple of weeks.
Okay.
And we're gonna talk about them, see how we feel about them.
Let's do it. There's a lot of stuff going on. So
let's go from there.
What you got?
Let's go.
What you got? There's a lot of stuff going on. What you got?
All right, so the first one we're gonna jump into, man, we're gonna talk about the GOAT. Not Tom Brady. We know he left a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. Nick Saban.
Ooh.
Coach Nick Saban has decided to retire from college football.
I can tell you, I know somebody that's happy.
Good riddance.
Kirby Smart. I know Kirby happy.
Well, I don't know because he got him twice.
We George over here, so we don't care.
So what y'all think about that, man? Coach Saban, 72 years of age. His record at Alabama, 189-27.
Legend.
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
That's legendary.
He's the GOAT.
And I won't say I'm an Alabama fan, but I used to watch Alabama back when Gene Stallings was there and they was winning and they won that championship. I want to say it was like 92, 93, something like that. So they already had history, legacy of excellence when it came to winning, right? And so when Saban got there, he just continued that and he just elevated the school. He gonna be a tough act to follow, man. What you think, Ace?
I was gonna say too. I know I got some friends that's Alabama fans and stuff like that, and they was winning, for way back, right?
They've been winning.
Do we know how many championships they got?
Alabama?
Yeah.
So
was it 9 before he got there?
Under Saban, they won 6.
Yeah.
But they got Yogi.
So I think it's like 9 total.
Is it 9 total?
More than that. Yeah, because I want to say
Bear Bryant had like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I mean, to me, he did it. I mean, he did everything for them. I mean, what I did hear is that the reason that he really retired was that he couldn't do some of the same things that he did before. I mean, it's probably a grueling job during the season and stuff like that. And of course, he got a lot of stuff in the off season. But at 72 years old, up and down that sideline, all the practices and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I mean,
meetings.
And I mean, he's still, even though they lost this year, I mean, I feel that he's still going out on top. It's not like he's tarnished his legacy by losing to Michigan or anything that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I mean, it's time. You know what I mean? But he has he's a legend.
What you think?
I mean, he couldn't have did it better, man. He couldn't did it better, man. Like those stats that he has, those stats that you brought up. I mean, that's just legendary, right?
True.
But shouts out to his wife and his family. You know what I'm saying? Because that takes a toll on your family life.
They're the real MVPs.
Those are the real MVPs right there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shouts out to Nick Saban's wife and his family and everything like that for the support that they gave him. But yeah, man, I mean that's a really good career. Really good career, and I mean it's going to be hard to top that for any coach that comes in.
What you think, O?
I feel like it was time for him to go for a different. Let me tell you one thing about coaching, man. When it takes, like I say, it takes a toll on your mindset. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, now you got when he used to, because it wasn't just about him being a legend on the football field. Right. It was more so him being a legend as far as the traveling and coming into your house. Like you got a kid that's balling, and now here on Saturday or Sunday you got a guest in your house, and it's Nick Saban.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So now you all that plays a part.
Do you still traveling as much?
Definitely, man.
To people's houses and stuff like that.
Definitely,
unless you're one of his top.
Definitely.
If you a five-star, he in your living room.
He's still.
He ain't sending one of the assistants on that group.
But I think part of the real reason why he probably retired because now with this transfer portal thing going on, whatever,
NIL,
you can get that top recruit, and you spend all that time bringing that kid there, and if he don't play him when he want to play, it's so easy for him to just move and go somewhere else. So all that I think played a part to the point where when you would be there about it at because it's good you can come and say, hey, I want your son to play for me. I'm a top coach, and I'm saying it's different when you say, hey, I want your son to play for me, and you got 4 or 5 of these on your hand, and you're doing this number right here. It's a whole different.
Yeah, I do think recruiting is going to suffer, though. Recruiting is going to suffer for Alabama, and not to say that Alabama won't ever be back at top like they were in all those dynasties that they had, or all those good runs that they had. I think it's going to be a very long time. I don't think we'll see it in our lifetime, Alabama.
I don't know. I mean, the guy that they got, he ain't no sneeze now.
Who do they got? Who they got?
So they went and got the coach from Washington.
Oh, that's right.
He's proven to be a bona fide winner.
But he
built Washington up in 2 seasons, and he's actually, during his college coaching career, and forgive me, I can't remember exactly how many years it's been, but he's only lost 12 games.
Yeah, but the thing about it is he has to win that whole fan base.
I think it's been 9 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's been
12 games in 9 seasons.
He's only lost 12 games in 9 seasons.
He's a winner. He's a winner.
That's gonna be the key. It's not just about his win and losses. It's how long it's gonna take him to win that fan base over.
Yeah. The fan base is gonna be there.
No, it's gonna be there.
Yeah, the fan base is gonna be there.
What I'm saying is, think about it. This year you got up till what bowl was that they played against Michigan? Was it an Orange Bowl or something like that? Okay.
Rose Bowl,
so now you, even though you retired, you still left that bar up there. Okay.
Yeah.
So now you coming in with the pressure of at least even making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody's trying to hear, well, this is his first season. People are like, hey, you know what? It's Saban on the left. It's Saban on the left. You got to go through all that.
You got to do all the critics.
You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be a hard part as far as him following.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like they need to give him a chance because, like you said, he took Washington. You know what I'm saying? He did good with Washington. And
in 2 seasons.
Right, in 2 seasons. And you going, I think the thing what's going to help him out the most is the fact of the matter of you going into a program with the same type of quarterback you just left.
No.
Yes.
I'm gonna disagree with you on that.
Penix
Jr. And Milroe.
What I'm saying. What I'm saying is he ain't as polished. He ain't as polished as Penix Jr. But Penix Jr. had to get there too. So now you started with Milroe. Why you can get him to that point is what I'm saying.
Now I might because Penix Jr. definitely he started his career in Indiana. And he was nowhere near
That's what I'm saying.
The final product. So
exactly,
it's the potential is there.
Right.
But Milroe got a lot of he got some work to do, and he has to dedicate himself to the craft, and he has to practice, and he has to be focused, and he has to want to be better.
But that's coaching. That's coaching.
No, I would say that's probably 10% coaching, maybe 5%, and the other 90% is desire and want. You gotta want to be great. You gotta want to deliver. You gotta want to be a champion. You can't just go out and while we're talking about Miro, he made a comment talking about his previous OC, who was Bill Bryan, suggested that he make a position change. I mean, honestly, if you look at how he played throughout the year, and especially in that last game, I don't think he was too far off.
So what position they wanted to change to?
One other than quarterback.
Wow.
One besides quarterback. I mean, he could have, if he developed the hands, he could have been. The dude is, if you look at him, he's the fastest kid on the field. The dude run like a 4.4, 4.3.
You talking about the Alabama quarterback?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so if he put in the work, he could be a good receiver, or he could be a good DB. If he wants to prove to people that he's a quarterback, he has to do the work to be a quarterback. Not just say, oh, I'm a quarterback. He has a nice ball. He can throw.
Yeah.
But the pocket presence isn't there. The patience isn't there. The decision-making isn't there. And that's evident because if you look at the last play of Nick Saban, because it's going to be Nick Saban's last career play, he takes a fumble snap and heads up into an already crowded offensive line. So...
But that was the OC that made that call, though, right? That wasn't his.
But that's like with anything, right? Like you, as a coach, you make the call for the play.
Right.
As the player, it's my job to make that play work.
Gotcha.
Right. So even if he make that call, right, as a quarterback, and I'm looking at the defense, and I'm saying,
you see him stacked up right there.
Coach, I don't know, coach. Let me check out of this. Check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or even call a timeout and go discuss
call a TO, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, like those are things that as a quarterback you learn, you develop, and you
especially in that situation,
grow, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So we're gonna talk about Saban, man. He coached at a couple of different schools, and his final collegiate record, 280, 69-1. That's a lot of wins.
Yes, it
280?
is. Yeah.
That's a lot of wins. So some of his accomplishments: 5-time SEC Coach of the Year, 7-time national champion.
Wow.
6 of those at Alabama and 1 at LSU. A lot of people don't remember when he used to coach at LSU.
I do. Didn't he win the championship with LSU?
He won the championship with LSU.
Right.
I did not know that.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So he
Did not know
coached
that.
LSU, won the championship that year, and went to the Dolphins.
Right.
That's when Kirby was at the Dolphins with him, wasn't
Kirby was at the Dolphins. And
That's
I want to
right.
say Kirby was at LSU with him as well.
Okay.
And Muschamp too.
Okay.
So I think so they were with Saban for a while.
Okay. Yeah.
So they moved
They've
around
been
with
groomed
him.
early.
Yeah. So he groomed them early. So now you see that paying off.
Yep.
Especially with Kirby. Muschamp, not so much.
Right.
You know.
He just became an
But
analyst.
he's a good defensive.
Yeah, he's an
I'll
analyst
give him
now.
that.
Yeah, he's an analyst now.
Oh, is
for
it analyst?
Bulldog.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
Okay. So, and then he also won like multiple Coach of the Year awards. All of that was warranted, right? Because of the success he's had at Alabama, the wins he's been able to put up, and everything he's accomplished. Right. This number is the number that I like most of all because this number changes lives. Like this number has helped change a lot of people's lives. He put 116 players in the NFL. 41 of them were first-round picks.
Wow. That's impressive.
When we start talking about generational wealth and money, that number dictates that.
Do you think those players? I mean, we can start naming some of those players. Do you think?
Definitely.
Do you think those players would have necessarily? A lot of them would have did the same thing, even if they didn't have a Nick Saban.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
So you think it was coaching?
Right. Because if you think about it, right, and we'll just even say Georgia.
Yeah.
Right. Under a Mark Richt, when Mark Richt was at UGA.
Yeah.
He never put that many players into the NFL. Georgia has always been like a top tier.
Yeah, but you got to think about for many years. I mean, Alabama was getting the best players.
Right.
I mean, you got to think about it like so. Jalen Hurts, he left right.
When Oklahoma, right.
And he
Still made the league, right.
But
you
a lot of his work was done at Alabama. He was able to transfer because of what he did at Alabama.
Okay, let's go.
His stock as a player, I will say, and I would agree with you, it was built at Oklahoma.
Alvin Kamara.
So he was one of those players that fell through the crack, and he left.
He wasn't playing.
Right.
Well, true.
Right.
He wasn't at that point yet. But he went to Tennessee and he balled out and he got his money.
Yeah, I believe in coaching, right? But coaching is. Some of that is player talent too.
Mm-hmm.
True.
You know what I mean? So sometimes coaching can be overrated. I mean, let's talk about the Bulls, right? Phil Jackson, right? Some of the time he was sitting over there like this. You know what I'm saying? He was just
A lot of that is player attitudes too, though.
When you got Jordan out there commanding on the floor, right? And you running that triangle offense and everything running through him. I mean, the coach at that point he kind of sitting back and he ain't really do. You put Phil Jackson on one of these other teams, he wouldn't have that same success.
Well, I don't know.
He did it with the Lakers.
I think a lot of that is
He had Kobe, didn't he?
because he had already. They had already taken on his personality. I guess if that makes sense. Like when you say a coach can sit back and watch his team, right? It's because he has already put them in that position, coached them up to know what to be able to do in different situations. So now, when a team go on a 10-2 run, he's not panicking because he already told his team what they need to do and put them in a position to be able to endure that and then come back and run that up double.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, a lot of times Phil was sitting over there chilling with his legs crossed looking off into the
So you know what? So as far when it comes to Saban, had he went to Alabama and not did the same thing he left for LSU, then I could see the point you're making.
Mm-hmm.
But he literally won a national championship at LSU and then went to Alabama.
So he went to NFL.
Oh, no, okay. I think he went to Alabama. I think he went to LSU.
No, he went
LSU, then Miami.
Yeah,
He went to Miami first.
So basically, he went to the Miami. It didn't really, because it's a different beast.
Well,
between
even
the
in
pros.
Miami, he won 15 games out of 32. So he was 15-17 with the Dolphins. So that was like 2 seasons.
Yeah, but it's a whole different beast
So, yeah,
with
it
college,
is.
with college versus
College versus pro.
right. And so and I think him being in the pros, then going to Alabama, that kind of helped them a lot because now kids looking at, okay, you know what? Well, he coached the NFL coach, right?
Yeah.
So now
That helps
now you're saying,
recruiting
and then they look back at the college. Well, he just did win a national championship.
Yep.
So all that stuff followed. So even with the talent, you know what I'm saying? When you can recruit that talent like that, half the time it makes your job easier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But you still have to be able to mold the talent and coach the talent. And the talent has to be coachable and moldable to be able to accomplish the goal that you're seeking. So even with the Bulls, yeah, they had a lot of talent on the team. And Jordan, yes, he was by far the most talented. But if Jordan had not learned how to involve his teammates, how to be a team player, how to play defense and be selfless instead of selfish, they would have never ran off 6 championships like they did.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And that's anybody. All right. So let's talk about Saban and a couple of the things that some of his players accomplished under him. He had 4 Heisman Trophy winners. 4. During his time at Alabama. Like I said, he had 116 NFL players, 41 first rounders, and this is the number that I like right here. Because Coop like stats, right? So we talking about in the 2021 draft alone, Saban's players signed $135 million worth of contracts. I'm sorry, $135.6 million worth of contracts.
So was that?
So when you
Like
talk about
commercials?
generations, no, this is just I'm finna go play for your team.
Who was in that class?
So
Was
rookie
like
contracts.
Tua was in that class.
I think Tua was, yeah.
Who else?
That wasn't Henry. Was there Henry in that class?
No. Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry,
That was a long time ago. But anyway,
But when you
that's a
talk
lot of
about
money.
numbers,
That's
That is a lot of money.
exactly.
But
So
I
when we
think
talk
the
about
majority was a
building
defense. Majority of the
It
players
was a
defense.
lot of defense because
Right.
he's a defensive coach.
Right.
Yeah.
So yes, a lot of it was defense, but they also had offensive players. You talking about Henry Ruggs? You talking about Tua? You talking about what's the one? Jared Judy. You talking about those guys.
So I mean,
Yes.
I
You talking
understand.
about Mosley when you talking about defense. You talking about Surtain, the second or third, I think he is.
That's third.
So you talking about a number of players being able to change the trajectory of their families because of this man
So
and what he was able to do with them.
I know
His skills.
we talking about that Saban is the GOAT. However, you got all these good stats about Saban. But one stat that you forgot is, and go check it, because I don't know the number, but even though Alabama is a powerhouse when it comes to college, and a lot of them go first round, check the stats, how many are still in the league? Most of them don't even last long in the league.
Who cares?
No, I'm just saying. Look, I'm just saying. Look, what I'm saying is, if you that big of a coach for your product that you putting out there,
But it could be
they should
injury.
last. No, it ain't just injury.
No.
Okay, you brought up Ruggs the third. Where he at?
Right. But that's not
So is he recruiting thugs? You say he recruiting
Richardson?
thugs?
No, Ruggs.
Ruggs the
No, I'm saying
third.
thugs. I'm saying is he recruiting thugs?
No, he in jail. Okay, I'm saying Richardson no longer in the league. Blake no longer in the league. I can go down the line. So I'm just saying. I mean, he's the GOAT in college, but half of them when they get to the league don't even stay in the league.
So what you say? He not building character?
He not building longevity.
Both.
Well, you can't put that on the coach. That's
just saying.
what's the old saying? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. He can instill all these values into you and give you all this guidance and all this counseling, but at the end of the day, it's up to you. Trent Richardson, by all accounts, this dude couldn't even read what hole to run through. I mean, we've seen the games with this guy, and he was talented in college. He made everybody look crazy. But he just, for whatever reason.
But you telling me the coach didn't know that in college?
It don't matter. He still he still got some of that money.
Because what's the average? You know what I'm saying? Person stays in the league.
Honestly,
it can't be no more than like the average.
like
probably
35
I was gonna say
In
5
football,
years.
yeah.
And for them, they only have to stay. I want to say it's 5 years.
5 years for the
to qualify for like pension
and stuff.
and all that stuff.
So
even if they go and they stay for 5 years, they still done did more than what they would have did by working a regular job.
So I know we got to move on from Saban, but I got one question for you.
Why you want to talk about Saban?
No, listen.
Go ahead, man.
No.
Go ahead.
So here's my question: Is Deion a new Saban?
No.
No, man.
Not at all.
We're going to move on.
Yeah, next slide.
We're going to move on from that. Yeah, we're going to, because I don't know what he on. He's tripping. All right, so we're going to talk about college football. And so one of the things that one of y'all said a minute ago about saving the NIL, let's talk about it, right?
Okay.
So do you think, so let's talk about the NIL saga, right? So what does NIL stand for? Name, image, likeness, right?
All right.
So that means that players can get paid for their image, their name, and their likeness.
About time.
Right? And I would agree with you. Because I think, with what they give up and what these universities get, it wasn't an even trade-off.
Right.
Some could argue where they get a free education. That's what, $40,000, $50,000 maybe at best at some of these universities when they bringing in millions for these schools.
Right.
And they are a top tier player. They got jerseys in
hundreds of thousands of jerseys.
Right.
So let me ask you this: when you bring money into the NC and into college football,
right?
When you bring money into it, do you think that's going to take away from the integrity of the game? As far as when college students are playing, they're playing with heart compared to pro players. They're playing, the money. They don't even want to play sometimes because they're getting paid.
Well, players don't even play now. Like when it come down to the end of the season,
right?
If we ain't playing for the national championship,
they sit.
And then and I got a chance to go to the league, I ain't playing.
Right. So when you talk college football, college sports, you take money out of it. These guys are playing for the heart of the game. They're playing to try to get to the next level. So now you bring the NIL into it. Do you think that's going to change the integrity of the game?
So I would say yes, and definitely because of that reason. So I love college football. I'll spend all day Saturday watching every game. I don't care if it's the D1, D2 game to
football,
the Hawaii playing. I spend my all day Saturdays doing that, right? Don't call me, don't take, I'm not studying, no. Right? But that was my thought process when they decided to do NIL.
Right.
I was for it because I feel like, again, these kids are getting shortchanged when it comes to school. But at the same time, there's always a good and bad when it comes to money.
Right.
And so the bad is a FSU team that went 13-0. The majority of their team said, "Oh, I'm opting out. I'm not playing. We got screwed. We're not playing for the national championship. I'm thinking about my future." Right. So a depleted FSU team played a complete Georgia team and got completely embarrassed on national TV. And a lot of the people that was saying, "Oh, y'all didn't have no business in it anyway," now they look like they right.
Right.
But they're not playing with a full team.
Exactly.
They deck not stacked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I'm gonna go on the flip side too, and I'll tell you why I do feel like the NIL is a good thing. You think about it, these guys, they can get injured. They're playing their hearts out and everything like that. One of the things that I do like about watching sports is the behind the scenes of some of these athletes, right? They got families. Right. They go through their struggles, their hardships and everything like that. You don't see that on the field, right? But you see it when they highlight it on a story, on ESPN. So, a lot of these players, they come from backgrounds where the families need that money, and if you're waiting, if you're relying on, okay, we got something here, you may get to the league, but what happens that senior year or that junior year and you blow your knee out, right? So where I do agree with the NIL is, okay, let them make a little money, support their family or whatever they need to do to help out, so.
Do you think any jealousy will come into play? So you got a team, all these college players, and it's like, man, I see, he's sitting here making millions of dollars in college, and man, I'm eating beans and weenies. I'm quite
sure Shedeur Sanders or Colorado got some teammates on there that look at Shedeur coming to practice on a Rolls Royce. Yeah, they're like,
he does have real.
I'm sitting here struggling, and
you need to pay them parking tickets.
This is one of the craziest things to me. Quinn Ewers, who's the quarterback at Texas now, he went to Ohio State initially, and they gave him $1 million in NIL money. He sat for a whole year and then transferred out. Never played it down.
Yeah.
Practice.
Should be some penalty to
never
that.
Played.
Man. Yeah.
And he got $1 million. So as an incoming freshman, you see this dude over here sitting making $1 million.
Yeah.
You ain't getting nothing. Cause you a freshman, but you ain't getting nothing.
Right.
And now,
So let me touch on this NIL thing, man. Me personally, I feel like I don't really think it just should be for the likeness of the player. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Being a coach, like here you got a player. Let's take Shedeur for example. Okay, you got Shedeur Sanders. Number one, your dad already got money. Okay, so you really don't need the money, but it's good that I'm saying. Hold on.
He got to make his own money too. Now he got to make his own.
No.
He raising a man.
No. Hear me out. I'm saying.
You're right. A good daddy be like, that's my money.
That's his daddy money. But I'm saying he ain't got to want for nothing. Is what I'm saying. True. But the fact of the matter, you got a skill set. You work hard to get there. I'm saying, so you get paid for that. However, the problem I have with the NIL money is if you're gonna give it to the likes of guys like that, then you need to come up with some other type of format of money or whatever to get the guys who actually block for him. Because without these guys up front, that $10 million you get, but for example, look how much he was running for his life all season. Yeah. Why? Because you don't have an offensive line. So I feel like you need to come up with some kind of form to get all these guys who actually put the work in to help you get to that stat.
But every position is going to be able to say that. I kick field goals. I should, what?
What the line gets.
It's a team sport.
Field goal kickers, we ain't doing y'all.
The line gets, bro. People don't even think about the line, right? That's just like when you start talking about the Heisman, right? How hard is it for a defensive person to get the Heisman? Right, it's always looking at the offensive player. Right. How many balls you caught? Right. How many touchdowns you threw? Right. You like I'm on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Killing it.
Right.
But I don't get the recognition because it's not pretty.
Right. So I agree, but they have had a few.
Honey Badger,
Charles Woodson, Aiden Hutchinson,
but it's
recently.
Rare.
Defensive
it's
player.
rare though.
It's rare, but you're right. They have to be.
Have you ever seen an offensive lineman get one?
Yeah.
No.
But they have other awards. They have other awards for that.
Yeah, they have other awards. Yeah. But I would agree. I think that award definitely needs to be looked at and revamped. I would agree.
That's like the MVP.
But to your comment, Shedeur if you see, and they don't show a lot of this stuff, he always shares the wealth. He always buying his offensive lineman gifts. He's always gifting them something. Watches,
Tom Brady,
headphones. He always praising his offensive line. You never, as much as he got sacked during the season, you never heard him say anything negative about his offensive line.
Yeah.
He take them boys out there. He do a whole lot of stuff that is not covered in the media. So he shares the wealth, even with him being the spotlight.
Yeah.
So people look at that and like, oh, he just want to be in the spotlight. But you have to understand, a lot of people do that. Guys like him, even Dion, he's in the spotlight so that his team can focus and not have to worry about that. Shadura will take that hit so his offensive line isn't spotlight. Because a lot of times they didn't really start talking about the offensive line till toward the end of the season. But the offensive line was messed up all season.
I know, all season.
Right,
Yeah,
but they didn't
well.
start talking about it till the end of the season.
Yeah.
But he was in the spotlight. And a lot of people are like, oh, trying to, slam him, but he kind of took that heat off of them. And he was in the spotlight.
Well, a lot of quarterbacks do that. Even in the NFL, a lot of quarterbacks they
care of
basically
your line. Yeah.
buy the whole offensive line because those are the guys that protect you, man.
Right.
That's why I say you should at least. You know what I'm saying, and it really, like, if you look at it, even though he basically shared a wealth, which he can afford to do that. I'm saying $10 million and it's going up next year. Okay, you can afford to do that. But look at the ones who really don't share it or don't have it to share like that.
Right.
I'm saying, but you got these guys out here because, like I said, being a coach and also, working with my nephew who played college football or whatever, these guys put a lot of time and energy into, I'm saying, the dieting, the nutrition, staying at a certain weight to be able to block for you. So these guys, I'm saying, all this time and energy they putting up on top of trying to get an education, you should be giving them something.
Yeah.
But that's life, right? Because I went to a school and went to school a certain amount of time, and more than you or less than you. I might make more than you. You might make more. That's life, right?
I mean,
it's never going to be even. It's never going to be the same.
But
you know what I'm saying?
my job is not to protect you.
Everybody's path is
I don't
different.
know, man. All right, let's move on. All right, so let's talk about NIL. So we talking about NIL. So can we agree or disagree? NIL is ruining football, and I say that because FSU just got put on probation for 2 years for NIL infraction.
Yeah.
So do we think something like this is going to continue to happen and maybe mar the whole NIL situation in college football?
If you can't pay me, then I'm going somewhere else. Or I'm in that portal, I'm going to wherever I can get paid.
It's going to have to be all or none. They'll have to take it away completely.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, and I really do think it's tarnishing the game.
Oh, yeah,
You think so?
definitely.
I think
so
it
too,
is.
man.
Yeah.
I think a lot of kids. I would agree with that to a certain extent, right? I think it's taken away the competitiveness for sure, and I say competitiveness from the perspective of it, like position wise. If we at the University of Alabama, we both running backs and we competing to be running back 1 and running back 2, and running back 1 finna get $1 million in NIL, and you beat me out, and hey, Coach Smart reach out at Georgia and like, hey,
transfer portal.
But see,
right.
I feel
So
like
from that perspective, yeah.
me personally, I feel like it's taking the power away from the coach.
I would agree.
The reason why I say that because I recruit your son. He basically probably the best running back in my running back room.
Okay.
However, now you getting this NIL money. Okay. Now you slacking coming to practice, or your attitude sucks. And I'm looking at you like, hey, bro, like we don't do that here.
Right.
But that transfer portal is always open.
Yep.
Because you can always just say, hey, I don't need that. I got my money. I can get up out of here.
Yep.
So I think that's taking away the power for the coach because now you got to have a whole different mindset on how to deal with this kid.
One of the things, I know we got to move on to the next. So one of the things that I always do enjoy watching, especially the first round, is the NFL draft. When I watch the NFL draft, I see these players and their excitement, the hard work they put in to get on that stage.
Right.
I just feel like the NFL draft with this NIL, it's going to change that dynamic on that stage, right? Because now those NIL players, they're going to be used to getting a little money.
Mm-hmm.
So now that's going to water down that what it used to be. Man, I made it. You know, it's going to take away from that a little bit. Yeah,
If you get
Because they get more money with NIL in college than they do going on.
So like,
Yeah.
like Caleb Williams, like I think he was saying that he said, "Man, I'm gonna just stay for another year because I'm getting paid. I'm gonna get more here, so I just stay."
Yep.
So I mean, but that too can benefit college, right? So you keep those players in college longer.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? And they develop some more and whatever, right? Because sometimes they were saying players were trying to come out too early. Because what was the dude's name that fought the NCAA?
Maurice Claret.
Maurice Claret.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
He was trying
Ohio
to come.
State.
He was trying to come out
Ohio State.
after his freshman year, right?
Well, he got in trouble, got kicked out,
Right.
and they wouldn't let him back in school, and so
he was done. After that, he challenged
but
the
he led them to
NCAA.
like a national championship.
He
He was a beast.
Yeah, he
Yeah, he
challenged
was.
them.
Yeah, he
and-
was.
So he never even went to the NFL, did he? No, he never went.
Oh, he never made it? Oh,
No.
wow.
Because he was getting money, but it was under the table.
On the table.
And when they found out,
That's
he
it.
got penalized,
Yeah.
and he was never able to recover from it. So in essence, he completely forfeited his whole future.
Yeah, last thing I know, who funds the NIL deals?
Well, it comes from different companies. It varies from state to state. So different companies, different boosters, stuff like that.
So basically, it's still
It's not school affiliated.
It's gonna be whoever got the most money, who else got the best boosters, right? So if I'm a Florida State, you know what I'm saying, alum,
Right.
and I want and you the best person coming out of high school, right? And my money is long, you know what I mean? So but you was gonna go to Alabama, but I step in and say, hey, I'm gonna give them this.
I mean, that's what.
And then so now you all of a sudden, like you saying, it's gonna be whoever has the most money is gonna win.
Yeah.
Well, no.
The win the person coming to their school
No,
potentially.
not really, because guess what?
Oh, yeah.
I could take this money and go to this school and then transfer to the school I actually really want to go to.
Yeah.
Well,
It got to be some kind
that
of
always comes with different headaches and hiccups.
Right.
I mean, that's what happened to SMU, right? Back when they had Eric Dickerson and all them great players when they was driving Trans Ams and stuff.
Yeah, we don't have to research the in and out. I don't. You think you can just take the money and just leave just like that?
No,
it got to be some
it's not
stipulations,
easy.
right? It gotta be
Commitment,
something.
yeah.
Something
Looking
looking
for
for
commitment.
Yeah.
All right, so we're talking about NIL money. We talking about how unfair it is for one person to get more money than this person. So what about this? So this is my thought. What if they said, okay, let's pool the money. Let's have a source of NIL money. Let's put it in one pool and then distribute it evenly amongst the players.
That's a lot of
think that
players.
work?
though. That's gonna water down. It's not gonna be that much money.
Yeah,
I don't even think it'll be worthwhile.
and
You think about a football
so-
team has how many positions? I mean, it has like
many
about
players?
22?
40 to 50 players.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. Yeah.
So you telling me like the star quarterback that's the Heisman Trophy candidate, he getting we'll say $10,000 NIL money. He equal to the dude that ain't played. He on the practice squad and he getting $10,000. Like that's
one team.
No,
One team.
I think if you would do it like that, it would have to be stipulations to what would make you eligible for it. I don't think you should just
Like
basically
incentives?
just give everybody money because everybody don't do the same thing. That's just
So like for a kicker.
Right, that's just
no
like
miss field
That's
goal.
just like acting.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not finna put on my best performance in this play or this movie, and then you come in and you was on a commercial, and we gonna get both of us up for the Oscar, and you get it, and I'm like, hold up, bro, you just doing one commercial. No, we ain't doing all that. We doing like that.
But that's
We're
what
not
we
doing
said,
like
though.
that.
Yeah, it's gotta be stats based or something.
we said
yeah.
Shador making too much money, but he a top athlete. He an elite athlete, right?
But he earned that.
his offensive linemen, they ain't getting that much money.
Yeah,
but
it could be like if I'm a starting offensive lineman, I get $10,000 a month, whatever it is, right? But if I'm second string, so I haven't been able to work my way to
Right.
get the first string,
stipulations.
then you get 5 or 3 or
Right.
whatever, right? So playing time equals more money.
Right.
So incentivize it.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so
yeah.
now I'm at practice, or when I get in the game, I'm busting it.
Right, make you work harder.
Because
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Right.
get to that number one
I
spot.
like that.
right.
That would change the integrity of the game.
Exactly.
That would
Work
definitely
harder.
change the
Because
integrity
my
of the
thing,
game.
if you
they got something to work for.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you $10 million because somebody like you and they got your jersey on.
Right.
Come on, man.
But that's what happened though. I mean, for some of these players. All right, so let's talk about college football expansion, playoff expansion, right? So we're going into 2024. So we got a long way to go for college football start up again. But this year, they going from 4 teams to 12 teams.
I don't like that.
Everybody was screaming, "Oh, we need more teams. We need more."
And we do.
Blah blah blah.
We do.
So do you think 12 is too many?
12 is too many.
Way too many.
Why you feel like it's too many?
Because if you look at most of the college football playoffs,
The programs.
Since they've been to the playoff system, it's always that 1 or 2 teams that gets bamboozled, right? So my thing is, why not make it a 6-team playoff?
How many?
6.
I wouldn't say 6.
What about? I mean, they do it in basketball.
Right.
Do what?
That's 12 and 24 and all that.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
How big basketball?
There's not 12
Injuries.
good programs
I would say
in
8.
college football.
I would say 8.
I don't think it's 8.
I would say 8.
I think 6 is a good number.
I'm going to agree with AC,
Yes,
and I'm going to
6.
say every year there's at least 2 teams
Yeah.
that will bamboozle us.
Yeah.
TCU last year, and dare I say, Washington this year.
I would.
Yeah.
I would
Michael
say 8.
Penix Jr. been housing people all year long, undefeated. They made Oregon look like a backyard 7-on-7 team, right? And we know Oregon been going ham all year, and they beat them like it was nothing. Michael Penix was lights out. He got in the championship game, and you was like, "What is this dude doing?"
Defense win championships.
Look.
He ain't
man.
faced the defense
I would
like that
agree
all
with that.
season. Okay, listen.
I don't believe that.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what.
I don't
okay,
believe that.
you took Oregon and Washington, right? Okay, what do both of them have in common? A high-power offense.
Yeah.
Washington won that game. Why? Because they scored more points. It definitely wasn't no defensive game. So when you played against Michigan, you know what I'm saying, I actually picked those 2 to make it to that game anyway. But I knew Michigan was gonna win the whole thing. Why? Because of their defense. Washington don't have a good defense.
So y'all may think I'm wrong, right? But you got to think about it. In sports, it's any given Sunday, right? If you got to play a single game, and that determines the winner, right? Anything can happen. I can start off slow, and all of a sudden the other team up 21-0.
Yeah.
And I can't come back, right? Just like, but other sports, you when you get into the playoff scenarios, right? You got multiple games. It ain't no single game elimination, right? So you got series. Baseball's a series. Hockey's
We
a
talking
series.
football, man. We talking about high contact sport, though.
I understand that, but that's why I said any given Sunday, Georgia and Alabama can walk out there, single game. Who gonna win? We don't know.
You don't know. But you also got to factor in regular season too. I mean, the record has to play a factor, right? You can't be 5-6. You know what I'm saying? You can't be 5-8 and then say, okay, any given Sunday I'm gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah, true. But do you think Bo Nix and them could have come in and beat Georgia?
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Yeah, it could. It could have.
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
No, it's not.
Reason why
We're not even finna sit up here and lie.
reason why I said 8.
Because look, all it do is take a couple of players to get hurt, a couple of little nicks or something.
What was their record though?
No.
Oregon, I don't know, that was decent.
I think they lost 2 games.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But everybody in the playoffs, they like either undefeated or lost.
No, okay. So here's my thing. So the point that you made, that's what I want to pick it back on. So here's my thing. The reason why I said 8, because you have those 4 elite. That's basically every now and then you got somebody that go undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Georgia ran the table. You know what I'm saying?
3
Washington,
years.
no, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Whatever.
no. Let's
Anyway,
just take this shit. Let's just take this shit right here.
Okay.
So
now
you got
this year-
4 teams that made it, right?
This year, I felt like, you know what I'm saying, it should have been 8, okay? Because
Who else?
listen.
Eight? Besides Florida State and Georgia, who else?
Listen.
Come on, man. Come
Listen.
on with it.
Who else? Who else?
Listen, because when Georgia lost, did y'all feel like they should have been in it?
No, Georgia and Florida
but
State
you
should have been
lost.
in it.
But you lost.
No.
They lost the final game.
It don't matter. You lost. So, I mean, you got 1 loss, right? But you still feel like they should have been in it,
No.
right?
That's why you need more teams.
So now that's my point. So what I'm saying. So therefore, what I'm saying is, like, and I agree with you, because guess what? Just because you got 1 or 2 losses, don't mean if you give me a chance. Because what you telling teams are, okay, you got 4 teams that I'm selecting to play for the national championship. Okay, what you're saying is that 11-1 record or that 10-2 record, you was almost good enough. Now you're making it 8. What you're telling me is, okay, you may be 13-0, but here I am sitting here at 10-2. Okay, reason why I'm 10-2 is because 2 of my best players were hurt, so we lost 2 games. That don't mean we couldn't have been 13-0 just like you 13-0. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So all that plays a part. So
Okay.
as a coach, I was saying as a coaching standpoint, now you telling me you 13-0, I don't snuck in on the A spot, and I got a chance to dethrone you. Oh, it's on.
I think every year you can get better and better, or over time you can get better and better. So right now, this committee thing, I think they need to slowly progress. So going from 4 to 12, I think that's too much. That's a big jump.
It should've been 8.
You start with 6, and then you know what? If 6 doesn't work, and you still got these different controversies, maybe go to 8. You know.
So we agree 12 is too many.
Yes.
Too many.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about transfer portal real quick. So transfer portal, NIL money. Do we all agree it's a direct correlation? Like players are saying, "Oh, I can go get this money over here, so I'm not competing."
I
don't think transfer portal NIL is not.
I think the playing time matters.
Yeah, playing time. I think that's what it is.
But with the playing time comes recognition, and it comes the potential to make money.
But you got to be on the field in order to get the money.
Again, that messes up the integrity of the game. So now you're thinking, oh, I want to go to the transfer portal so I can have a possibility of NIL money. You're playing for the wrong reason. So if I'm going to the transfer portal because I want to play,
right?
That's different.
The portal also, you realize that coaches now can leverage the portal, right? So instead of, because I think Dion said it, basically instead of me going to high school and picking up some players, I can get somebody that's been in school for a year already. I know I've seen what he can do at the collegiate level. Let me go in here and pick him up out of the portal because I need somebody that I know can deliver because the coaches have to perform too.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they want to stay employed.
Right. So the coach is going to take people. It's going to be less players pulled out of high school, and a lot of coaches are going to be pulling from those positions from the portal.
So are we saying that transfer portal is created one big circus to where players are all over the place?
Because before if you try to go to another school, you had to sit out a year.
Right.
Yeah. You got to do all this sitting out because back, you know what I'm saying? You want to transfer within the same division, you got to sit out a year.
Yeah.
And so people like, nah, I ain't finna wait. I'm not finna sit out a year.
No commitment, no loyalty.
All right, so we're gonna move on.
Okay.
We're gonna come back to this later.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
When I came up with this, Rico, I thought I had you in mind. So we're gonna talk about the other GOAT of the NFL. Mm-hmm. Bill Belichick retired. Oh, I'm sorry, he didn't retire. He basically left mutual partner ways with the New England Patriots.
Right.
And he has mutual interest in coming to your Atlanta Falcons.
Yep.
So how do you feel about that?
So I was listening to talk radio the other day, and a lot of people in Atlanta, they don't want him.
I don't want him.
Right?
Really?
They don't want him.
I'm die hard.
They don't want him,
I don't
right?
want him.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Yep, I don't want him.
Why? But why?
And so
the man is a proven winner.
Not without Brady.
Nah.
So that's what a lot of the fact they say he's not proven without him.
How old is Belichick?
Well, that's not true because before Brady it was Bledsoe.
Yeah, but they ain't win no Super Bowl.
Well, Bledsoe got hurt.
Yeah.
How old is Belichick?
Brady came
He's
out.
71 years old.
Belichick's 71.
He's just like Saban.
That's why. That's why.
Yeah.
Wait, you age discrimination? That's an HR.
I'm sorry.
Slide over, man.
Come on, man. Look, I'm telling you, man. He's not going. Wherever he goes, he's not going to be there long.
You don't think so?
No.
He's 71.
Even if you get okay, so we'll say he signs a 5-year contract and you get 5 years out of him, and the team is better in those 5 years.
It'll be better than what. It'll be better. He's better than the coach we had. I tell you that. Right, because I mean they even talked about.
We got a strong defense.
We're gonna say one coach. We're gonna say the last few coaches.
Yeah, they even talked about Pete Carroll.
That's a name that I thought would have been good. And this is what I thought immediately because the Broncos basically had moved on from Russ. So I thought, Pete Carroll, Russell Wilson reunion in Atlanta? What's up?
But they
won a Super Bowl together.
They also
almost won too.
Russell Wilson was in Atlanta?
No, I'm saying, he's with the Broncos, but they basically
reunion in Atlanta.
So he's probably going to be a free agent this summer.
Yeah.
If the Falcons got capped, they can sign him. They already got a good core and receivers and backs and a decent defense. And they bring in Pete Carroll as coach.
We need a coach.
Bring me Mike Tomlin. Bring me Mike Tomlin. I'm sorry.
So,
bring that swag. Bring that swag.
You don't want Belichick.
So we saying Belichick a good choice or a bad choice for the Falcons?
Bad choice.
But
bad choice?
So here, listen, they interviewed Jim Harbaugh too.
They did.
The Falcons?
They want Jim Harbaugh.
So which one you want? You take Harbaugh over Belichick?
I'm going to take Belichick.
So let me tell you why I feel like
because he's a proven winner.
No, let me tell you why I feel like it's an okay choice for them to get Bill Belichick. Not because see, this is what people need to understand. Bill Belichick is more of a defensive mastermind when it comes to coaching.
And we got a strong defense.
But we've already established that.
But here's my thing. What you got to the defense is gonna improve dramatically. Okay,
Drastically.
But with the fact and the problem really wasn't the defense, it was the offense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now if you bring Belichick here, it's about who he bringing with him. So reason why I feel like it's gonna be a good coach for y'all, because definitely he's gonna reach out to Josh Daniels and bring Josh Daniels here.
Oh, definitely.
But at the same time, it's the quarterback that y'all have. Is he gonna be able to bring a system that's gonna help him?
We bringing Justin Fields to the A, man. He's
He going to bring. He going to recruit a quarterback too.
Belichick record 302 and 165 and 6 championships. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Okay. So we're gonna move on, man. We're gonna keep on moving. So we're gonna move in.
It's that time?
It's that time.
All right.
Hey, see, I'm gonna let you do the honors.
All right, I got it. Let's go with number 2.
Number 2.
What's your take on Cat Williams and his rants on the Shannon Sharp show?
Man, I'm gonna say ain't nobody really come out and say, man, you lying.
That's I would agree with that.
Like if you say something about me, I mean, you lying. Like I'm gonna call you out, but no, I haven't heard.
So he said, Cat Williams said that Steve Harvey wore a man unit on that show.
He did.
First of all, I didn't even know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did.
I was so impressed with his line when I was going to watch it.
That was a unit. I'm pretty.
Did not know that.
I used to always
Like,
man, he lying so perfect,
Right.
bro. Like,
It don't even
whoever
grow.
his barber is.
did not know. He ain't lie about that.
Yeah.
But I did not know that either, bro. There's a lot of stuff he said I did not know. Period. though.
So look, so one of the things that he talked about that me personally, I was real attentive to.
Here we go. Here we go.
Was when he talked about toxic people.
Yes. Here we go.
I kind of said a little bit of what he said in so many words. Right?
Yeah.
So when he said that, I was like, oh, somebody need to hear this. So I had to send a couple of video recorders. So what you think about?
I remember you sending that.
You
I wasn't able to see. I wasn't able to click on
What do you
it.
think about what he said?
Boy, you is hilarious, man. You is hilarious.
He basically said toxic people are feeding off of something.
Yes, and you got to turn that
Once
feeder
you
off.
find out what that something
You
is,
got to turn off the feeder.
you can turn. That sounds for me.
Right, it does. It does.
But it might maybe not. But what you think about that?
It's funny. Because after you sent me the video and I watched it.
So you did watch it?
After I watched the video, I was just like, oh, he has a valid point. He has a valid point, because literally, if you think about toxic people, they only basically gonna feed off the energy that you give them.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? The more energy you give them, the more toxic they become.
That's right.
So I was
That's
let me put a note. Let me note that.
Well, not even just that, but they're like, just like you talk about people who are negative or people who are mad. Like it's a reason they're always negative, or it's a reason they're always mad. Like once you find out why, then you can kind of start to help them change that, right?
Or try to.
I would say, can you?
Right.
It's a person
You can suggest it.
Right.
You can suggest it.
You can suggest it.
Right.
You can kind of try to change that.
Choose your battles.
a little bit.
Or just change your way out.
Right. Look for your way out.
So one of the things about Cat, one of the other things that he said that I found interesting, and I've always, even in my mind, like questioned over the years, he's been arrested 19 times, but he's never been convicted.
Arrested for what?
Various stuff, right? And even he was here in Georgia. I know, and I might be misspeaking, but I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, he's been banned from the state of Georgia. Like he can't even come back to the state of Georgia.
Yeah, because he got a couple arrests up there in Gainesville.
Yeah.
Yep.
Woodstock, up in the North Georgia area. Like he was arrested so much, like they was like, you can't come back over.
Yeah.
But he ain't been to jail, like, or prison.
Never been convicted?
He been in jail, he been arrested, but he been right back out.
Yeah, never convicted of
But
anything.
he never been convicted of anything. So that made me think, like, are they harassing this man?
Like he being targeted.
Is he being targeted?
Yeah.
I would say
as a black man.
I would say
because as
so.
a black man, if you get arrested twice, you know you on one of them arrests. Oh, you finna take a ride.
Yeah.
I feel like you're being targeted because once they run your license, it's gonna show all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So 9 times out of 10, I don't even think the cops even basically just say, well, sir, because think about it. You taking somebody to jail, you writing them a ticket, that's money in your pocket.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'm thinking maybe they're looking at, okay, it's Cat Williams, okay. 9 times out of 10, I already know he's gonna get up, but let me write you this ticket, okay?
Yep.
For what though?
One of the big controversies, and this was a good question, I'm glad we talked about it. One of the big controversies, comedians, there's a lot of comedians out there, right? But he brought to the forefront where he stood on business and said, I am not going to wear a dress to perform comedy, and
Or to elevate.
To elevate. Dave Chappelle said the same thing. There was a few others, but there's a lot of comedians that will put on a dress.
Comedians, actors, everything.
What's y'all take on that? Like, do y'all agree with that? Big Mama, Shanae, Martin, like, do you agree with wearing a dress to contribute to your craft? Your craft is comedy, right? To make people laugh.
Right.
What do y'all take on that?
I don't agree with doing anything that you're not comfortable with to succeed, right? If you're comfortable with wearing a dress, then you wear a dress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're not comfortable with it, then don't do it because that's not your thing.
Right.
Me personally, I feel like it depends on your character.
Okay.
I'm saying, what you want is it really about the laughter that you trying to get out there, or are you really basically trying to elevate? Because wearing a dress, if nobody don't laugh at it, they ain't elevate you nowhere.
Right.
I'm saying that just makes you look a fool.
Well,
Tyler Perry's made a career out of it.
But the wearing the dress could be just something that's being done. Because I think even Tony's talked about this. You do that to move on in your career, right? To elevate to the next level.
Would you do it though?
But,
Which wearing the dress, quote unquote, supposedly come.
I'm saying you're performing like because you're in that industry.
It's not just wearing the dress; it's other things that may come with wearing that dress.
Right.
Other things that come with
right.
it. I think
because
if you, like you said, if you're cool with compromising your morals and your
because it's some people they wear the dress anyway. You don't even have to ask them to wear the dress; they just come in there with it on, right? And give you what you want.
Yeah.
Right. You want this? Oh, okay. I was trying to give it to you anyway.
So you being in the film industry, acting, that's the reson why I wasn't singling you out.
No.
Would you do that?
I'm gonna look in the camera and say, no. No.
Yeah. But that's you. And then like you said, some people they gonna do whatever it takes to get to the next level to become successful in that craft.
Here's my thing. If it take me to have to put on a dress to elevate, then that area is not for me.
Gotcha.
Because my thing is, the dress, if you judging me by what I look like in a dress, then you being unfair to my skill set. My skill set is what got me here, not the dress.
Right.
That's just like Martin and all the other guys. We like you because of the coming in, what comes out your mouth. The fact that you having a dress and you look like an old lady, that wasn't the part that was funny. It's the stuff that you were saying that was funny.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that.
Same thing with Tyler. Okay, you got on a dress. We ain't laughing at you because you got on a dress looking like a hippopotamus. We laughing at you because of the stuff that you saying that come out your mouth.
And I don't understand these writers.
On a dress too, because that's all we've known from him. A lot of people don't know he's played a movie, and he didn't wear a dress, and he was a man in the movie.
But
everybody knows.
Listen, here's let me tell you the difference. These guys here weren't a dress because they asked him. Tyler did that on his own.
Right.
Yeah.
And even when he what that tell you?
Yeah, that's true.
So what that tell you? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
So we gonna wrap this up and say we agree to disagree on some of this stuff.
Right.
So this is a little different, I want to kind of try to switch it up a little bit.
That was good. Yeah, I like the round table.
I appreciate y'all investing me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Facebook, family, Bro Code family, man. We appreciate y'all.
Yep.
We hope everybody made it over into the 24 healthy, goal-oriented, and ready to tackle the new year with a different mindset, man. And we're going to leave it right there, man.
And also, let me say this right quick. All men, we looking in the camera and say this.
All men.
Please go out and get checked from your prostate to your heart. Whatever's hurting, whatever you're going through, go to the doctor.
Get your physical.
Go get checked.
Yeah.
Go get a physical because, brothers, I'm saying, we can't keep on putting this show on. You watching the show if you ain't here.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
So that's it from your boys from Bro Code.
We appreciate you guys. Another episode of
Bro Code.